Hello, hey there. Happy Wednesday, happy hump day. I am on here to share with you a story by my friend Nalani. I'm trying to make sure I'm live. Let me see if anyone is on here. Yes. Oh, okay, there she is. So, as everyone knows, of course you know, I'm Michelle Fletcher, and I am so excited to have my friend and accountability buddy and naturopathic doctor. She's amazing. She has a stamina of like a 20-year-old, I swear. She just told me she's going to be part of what is it called again? A flash mob? She's incredible. So my friend Nalani has volunteered to join me and share her story. She is a surviving cancer. She's a cancer survivor. She's a naturopathic doctor. She's a mom. She's a wife. She's a grandmother. She runs circles around young people with the amount of energy she has. And she just lives with so much vitality. And she's seen that I have been just having people share their stories on here because I don't know who these stories are going to touch. But I feel like it is my oh, look at all these people jumping on, that I need to have people share their stories. I know so many incredible people that have had so many health transformations and health stories that I'm just like, come on and share your story. We don't know who it's going to touch, but whoever needs to hear this message will hear this message, and hopefully they'll be blessed. So I see Nalani is on here and watching. We're going to make this one not as long as the other ones, even though they're all been really good. So I'm going to have Nalani come on here. She's amazing, and she's going to share her story. So let me say hi to a few people. Hey, Jason. Oh, my goodness. Hey, Jules. Hey, hey, Bavisha. Hey, Judith. Hey, Alicia. Okay, so I'm going to add Nalani on here so that you'll hear her story. Bring them on. I get to wave at all of you guys. Okay, she's connected.
Okay, can you
Hi,
hear me?
Nalani.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear
Oh,
you.
great.
Everyone calls her Dr. Valentine. I call her Nalani. But oh, it looks
I
beautiful where you are.
I'm just on my balcony.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Someone called me in the middle of, and I said, "Oh no!" And then the sound went out. So I'm very happy that we're able to connect.
Yes, and hopefully they don't call back for like 5 minutes, right? So, Nalani, I was just sharing with everyone just how you have volunteered to share your story with all of us, because I think it's really incredible to hear what you've been
Thank you.
through and how now you live like with so much vitality that you run circles around most of us young people. I don't know if I consider myself super young anymore, but like those 20-year-olds, you're running circles around a lot of them. So I am just going to give the floor to you to share because your story is so powerful.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I'll tell you, inflammation is at the base of every single thing, every single pathology that we can experience. It's all about inflammation. I lost my father to cancer, lung cancer. He was a smoker. My mom passed away with cervical cancer. And in 1996, I was diagnosed with breast cancer and told by more than one doctor that my only option was surgery, which I didn't have. I was introduced to Dr. Valentine, who taught me to heal myself without drugs or herbs or without a lot of vitamins, just using proper thinking and whole food nutrition. However, it made me go back to school because we know that genetics play a very small role. Even though my parents had it, you can turn those genes on or off. So I went back to school to become a naturopath. Been studying nutrition since 1968. So I thought I was healthy, right? I tell you, after that, I was juicing every single day. I was eating about, I cut all animal products out of my diet. And I thought I was healthy. I developed such bad inflammation, arthritis, that I had lost some range of motion in my hand, and I couldn't move it any farther than that, to close, actually more like that. And that's when I was introduced to a way of flooding my body with whole food, live, raw nutrition in a different way. And it didn't happen overnight. We know it's not a magic pill. But over time, I regained complete range of motion in my fingers, and I don't take these naps in the afternoon anymore. And I love my Zumba. Like Michelle said, I love dancing and Zumba, and I take these 2 hour nonstop high energy Zumba classes that it does have people a third my age falling out. I'm 70 years young and feeling like I'm in my 30s. And that's because I have been able to lessen that inflammation so much that I don't even feel it. And I'm grateful for that. So that's my situation. I mean, there are so many other things that I could share with you.
So let me ask you, you said you were diagnosed with breast cancer in 1996. And
Mhm.
since that time, no reoccurrence, no
None
nothing.
whatsoever.
And so you were a juicer prior to finding a simpler way to add more fruits and vegetables to your diet. And are there any other changes that you added to what your routine is? Like, what is your routine
Yes.
now?
I'm glad you asked me that because it's not about taking something that's going to cure you. We know that. So what I was doing, however, I was juicing when I still developed that arthritis. And that blew my mind because I was eating really clean, still am. I exercise every single day. I flood my body with water. I drink at least half of my weight in ounces of water. And I get
Mhm.
plenty of rest. And we know those are what we call the four core areas of health. And I add a fifth one, and that is meditation, keeping the mind straight. So what I did though, what I noticed though, is that there was a difference between the juicing, a huge difference between what I was juicing and this new way of these whole food concentrates that I'm taking now. And that difference has a lot to do with the way it is produced. They use these small family farmers, and they ripen it on the vine. And I learned that that's what made all the difference in the world.
That
And within
fruit,
24 hours of being, yeah, within
yeah,
24 hours of being picked, they start the process and it's live and raw. It's like, wow.
that is what I had learned too, is that what we're getting in the grocery store today doesn't have nearly the nutrition that it used to have maybe when our grandparents were around, just because of them
Right.
growing it in other locations and then transporting it. And by the time it gets on the shelf for us, it's lost sometimes up to 60 to 80% of its nutritional value. So
Yes.
now, when you
Yes.
hear the requirements have gone up for what we should be eating, that is one of the reasons why, that alongside with toxins that are now in our environment, there's so many things out there that are just pounding at our bodies more than before. So
Right.
that's interesting to hear how you used to be an avid juicer and you still had arthritis, and it wasn't until you added the nutrition from those concentrates that you were referring to. And I love how many
Hmm.
people have joined us. Hi, Sandra. Hi, Pauline. There's so many people on here. Um, so for you, 70 years old, had cancer
70
back.
years young.
70,
Correction.
yes. I love that. 70 years young, because honestly, when you see Nalani in person, you would not believe she's 70 because she moves like a young person. I mean, just young at heart, seriously. And the way you just move seems like you're just still in your 30s. I tell you, she'll dance me out of Zumba for sure. I don't think I could hang with you for 3 hours, Nalani. But just your story is so compelling because there's so many people. And I always say this, who do you know with cancer or someone who is a cancer survivor, but still may be struggling in a way to, because I'm sure in the back of most people's minds is, how do I stop this from reoccurring? because there's a lot of people that get cancer and then it reoccurs. So for you
Yes.
to have that diagnosis back in 1996, and now you've been free of cancer for close to, what is that?
15,
20,
27
getting closer to
years.
30
It's
years
close to the,
now.
yeah.
Yeah, is amazing. So I'm sure a lot of people want to know what it is that you're doing. And if anyone does have questions about what it is, look at your public speaker. Who is that? Oh, my cousin. If anyone does want to know what it is that Nalani does and the whole food concentrates that she's referring to, which is a way that she floods her body and her husband's body with a lot of concentrated nutrition every day to help offset, any reoccurrence of disease coming back. Because, like she said, cancer was supposedly in her genes, but
Hmm.
she's been able to fight the good fight, and she no longer has cancer and hasn't had it for close to over 25 years now.
Over 25 years. Right.
So that's incredible. So let me see. Does anyone have any questions for Nalani? I see there's a lot of people on here. I'm scrolling through. And I call her Nalani because we talk almost every day, but I feel like I should call you Dr. Valentine. But
It's okay. It's all good.
so I love that you shared that you drink a lot of water because yes, we
Hmm.
should be drinking half our body weight in ounces. I hear people ask that question a lot, like how much water should I drink? And you always
Hmm.
heard 8 ounces, but it all depends on your body weight. So yes, drinking half your body weight in ounces. So if you're like 120 pounds, at least 60 ounces. But if you're someone who's very physically active, trying to get even more because your
Hmm.
body's losing that water, so you want to replenish it. Um, any other core four tips you want to leave in here, Melanie?
I think that we've covered them. The exercise, that's very important. And
Yes.
that's as important, when it comes to diabetes, for instance, people think it's all about not eating sugar, and it's really as much about exercising as anything else. And the body does need certain types of sugars. So, you're not going to cut all sugar out of your diet, and certain things you have no control over, but you do have control over what you eat, how much exercise, how much water,
Mhm.
and how much sleep you get. And those are the things that we can have control over.
I love that. Yeah, you're absolutely right. Exercise is right there behind nutrition. That exercise, getting your body
Hmm.
moving, blood circulation going, keeping your muscles strong, because the more muscle you have, the better your metabolism. So, all great advice. And take it from someone who is 70 years young and seems like she's getting younger every day. She knows what she's talking about. She not only lives it, but she has studied it. You said you studied nutrition and has a
Oh,
degree in
absolutely.
nutrition. Mm-hmm. Has a degree in nutrition and
Yes.
is also a naturopathic doctor. So she's all about helping to heal your body the natural way, which is what we all want to do, right? We want to try and stay away from the medications and the medicines and heal our bodies the way that God intended for us to heal it, because there's so many things out there for us to heal our bodies. Ask Nalani. She's a pro at this. She walks the walk and talks the talk for sure. So thank you so much for being my guest today, Dr.
Thank you.
Valentine.
Thank you.
And if anyone has any questions, if anyone wants to know what it is that she does, we can definitely get that information out to you. You can reach out to me or you can reach out to Nalani Valentine, who's tagged on this live. And thank you so much for joining us. I see Stephanie and Alyssa watching. My cousin
Hey, I
Holly.
can't see everybody, but thank you. See
Yeah,
you guys later.
thank you so much. Have a good one, guys.
Alrighty. Bye.
Bye.